Hello. I've been a member of the ASBMR since the early 1980s and a bone researcher at Texas A&M for the last several years, but my entire focus of research has been associated with skeletal consequences of disease. One of those, of course, is osteoporosis. I have to say that despite all my years of research into bone disease and metabolic bone diseases, I'd heard all the stories and the statistics about fractures and the morbidity and mortality associated with them, but I have to say that I always thought it was something that we put into grants or something that our clinical colleagues were telling us about, but that this was not necessarily the reality. I have to say now, after the passing of three very close family members, including my mother and mother-in-law, as a direct consequence of osteoporotic fractures, that the data is absolutely as bad as our colleagues have been telling us. It's changed how we think about fractures. It's changed how my family thinks about the risk of fractures. And I find it quite ironic and sad in some ways that even with my experience in the bone field, I was unable to make sure that my mother would be safe from the devastating consequences of hip fracture. The numbers are real, fractures are bad, and we as a research community have to do better in communicating the dangers of osteoporosis and the dangers of osteoporotic fractures to our family, our colleagues, and our patients. And this is something that I think the ASBMR is pioneering and really leading the way, and we have all got to join in that fight. Osteoporosis fractures kill people.